I'm itching to ask a question. So you spoke about your passion before. How do you balance your passion with your work life and your work commitments? I'm really interested to know that.
Yeah, so it's really for me about trying to be balanced, trying to balance what I do in the pool and out of the pool. And I think uh, swimming really helps me, I guess, in my work life because when I'm swimming, I'm not thinking about work, and when I'm working, I'm not thinking about swimming. So it really gives me I guess, an out and a really kind of mental breather from what I'm doing, different aspects of my life, and it's really about, I guess, trying to stay organized and trying to uh, really kind of plan my day and plan my schedule to really kind of fit in with what I'm doing. And whether that's studying on the bus or studying on the train, or whether that's getting up a little bit earlier and doing a bit of exercise, uh, um, or doing those, I guess, last minute meetings, or or that online course that I'm doing, or whatever it is. It's really about trying to stay organized and trying to remember those goals that I have. And I think, yeah, in those like winter's mornings and stuff, I kind of always dread getting out of bed, but it's really about remembering those goals that I have set myself. And whether it's a swimming activity or a sport or a non-swimming activity, it's just really trying to remember why I started to do it in the first place. And um, yeah, it's yeah, enjoyable, I guess, if I kind of think back to those basics.
Matt, your story is so motivational and in many ways inspirational. And I know the terms are often overused, but I absolutely mean it. What advice do you have for young budding swimmers who want to take part in either the Paralympics or the Olympics?
Um, I guess it's really about just following your dream and taking those opportunities to learn from the people around you, and learn from, I guess, everyone you meet and everyone you come in contact with. Because I think at the end of the day, it's not us as individuals that make those dreams a reality. It's the people, I guess, that you bring along the journey, and then you can, like, I guess, help you take part on that journey that, I guess, really make it a success. And I guess it's the friends, it's the family, it's the support staff, it's the coaches, it's everyone, I guess, that you meet along the way that really makes that journey uh, a great success for you. And uh, yeah, if there's, I guess, one that I can kind of leave is that leave any stone unturned in your own journey, and whether you feel like you're a
Bruce.
success
Hey guys,
We've got the
or a
boss. Hello there.
oh,
man, I got a quick
yeah,
question before we need to wrap it up. North
yeah.
Sydney Olympic pool, your favourite pool. How are you going to go when that closing down? It's going to be closed for about 2 years, isn't it? While they're refloating it.
It's more like three, I think, and that's just an estimate. So yeah, it's interesting times, and I guess it's more of a wait and see with that, what like the kind of plans are for it. And yeah, it's just really about, I guess, waiting to see what happens, and then kind of planning from there. And at the moment, it's just going with the flow with everything and kind of enjoying the rest time and enjoying the, I guess, time with family, and time to, I guess, recharge the batteries. And there's like plenty of pools in Sydney, but it's just a matter of, I guess, finding something that works for me, whether that's in Sydney or somewhere like the AIS, or somewhere else. It's yeah, it's
Is,
a wait and see at the
is
moment.
the
But
Gold Coast still attraction?
uh yeah, I'm not sure. I obviously, because I work uh for a Big Four bank, so it's kind of like, I guess, more a
Sure.
matter of what um they they see fit in terms of the work-life balance. But I guess the great thing about COVID situation, I've been lucky enough to work from home for about 8 9 weeks, so it definitely can be done anywhere in the world. Most jobs, or 90% of the jobs. So yeah, it's just really about a wait and see. But yeah, definitely exciting times ahead, and I'm looking forward to the future.
Great.
Matt
Thanks
Levy,
for being on the
before
show,
you
man.
go, one final question. One final question. What would you have done differently? Is there one piece of advice you would have given your younger self?
I guess the advice I would have given my younger self would be, don't miss out on the opportunity to be better each day. Really, I guess, take the advice that everyone gives you, no matter if it's negative, positive, or indifferent. And yeah, really, I guess, try and learn from everything you do, because yeah, you don't know uh, whether it's going to be your last swimming meet or whether it's going to be your last opportunity to do the particular activity that you want to do. It's just really about, I guess, taking those opportunities and not taking anything for granted.
Matt Levy, thank you so much for joining us here on At Home on TV. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks for having me.
You're always welcome. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you.
See you, Matt.
Well, you are watching InView TV, aren't you? We're At Home. I'm with Belinda Joe. I'm William Brougham in Sydney. Belinda is on the Gold Coast. Our boss, Bruce, is in North Sydney somewhere. But in a moment, we've got a fantastic guest. And I'm very excited. I've watched him on All Together Now, you know, that TV talent show, one of the judges. But to find out more, let's see him in action.
I'm waiting for that moment to lure me in to hit that buzzer.
Yeah. To excite us again, to take us up there to that 100 feeling.
So this is what this show's all about too. We don't know what we're going to get until they're in front of us. And it's really the unexpected.
Dark days used to haunt my mind. Lost the wheel, had me terrified. The darker side, I don't wanna go there again. Every night, I see a picture on the wall. You speak to me like you never left at all. It sounds so clear, keep holding on to what you used to tell.
I've been grooving along. That is so catchy. I love it. Dylan Wright, welcome to At Home on InView TV. It's a pleasure to have you here with me and Belinda.
Welcome, Dylan.
Me, guys. Oh, thank you so much.
How are you going?
Yeah,
it's
I'm
great
doing all right. You know, I'm hanging in there, as I'm sure the rest of us are.
We've got so many questions in such a short space of time. You've been performing professionally since the age of 15, although you started much younger. And we've been watching you on the primetime TV series as a judge All Together Now. How did you get from that young boy performing to being on a primetime TV show?
Oh, far out. A lot of hard work.
That's a big question.
Persevering, motivation, and, you know, being told no. You know, like if it wasn't for the people that didn't believe in me to turn around and say to me no, it wouldn't have, you know, really lit the fire underneath me to, you know, achieve where I am at this point in time.
And I've been watching your videos, Dylan. Sorry, William. I've been watching your videos, Dylan, and there's such an amazing theatrical element to those videos. Where do you draw your inspiration from to make them?
I guess it's just see, that's a tough one. That's a tough one, Belinda. I guess, you know, like, because I've been doing this for such a long time now, and when I first started, you know, writing my own music and that, the ideas really drew from this wild imagination that I had. You know, I like to go more the fictional road than, I guess, the more literal. So I guess that's where you could say, like, I've always been the real over the top theatrical extrovert when it comes to performing. But, you know, when you meet me in a personal sense, that's where the real introvert and the real shy side of me comes through.
Yeah, I can understand that as well.
Your list of credentials is very impressive. You've been on shows like The Voice, Cowell's in the Domain. What have been your favourites?
Oh, so many. I'd say like far out. It's like you said, the list goes on. But definitely, you know, having been part of All Together Now, what an amazing experience to, you know, be a part of that show, not as a contestant, but as a musical expert. They called us, and, you know, the networking side of things, you know, working with people such as, you know, Rhonda Birchmore, Sylvie Palladino, You know, so many great legends and icons in their own right. Minnie Cooper, who I know has
Love
done
Minnie.
yeah, you know.
Love Minnie. I've got
Yeah,
to
but
ask
you
you,
know,
Dylan,
yeah.
you're telling us how everybody's wonderful, which I love. Does everybody really get on?
Ooh.
Yeah, I would
Anybody
say
you
so, you know,
detest?
like when it came to filming the show and everything like that, you know, like I would say we were one big happy family. The only time we probably weren't is when people decided they wanted to, you know, jump on the keyboard and start singing at, you know, 7:30 in the morning. Nobody wants to do that.
Who wants to
Well,
do
not
that?
me anyway. Not me anyway. But other than that, yeah, no, we did all get along, and you know, it was a really positive, family-friendly environment.
And with everything that's going on, obviously there's a limited capacity to do any kinds of shows at the moment yourself performing. Have you been doing some online shows on your social media channels?
Yeah, actually, I actually debuted a wacky, wild idea that you know, as I'm sure we're all having during this crazy time. I decided to try out and debut a new show called the Sam Smith Songbook, and I debuted that on the Friday night just gone.
Oh, awesome. That sounds incredible. Have to check that out.
Yeah,
Now, you were
definitely.
talking earlier about the stars who have influenced you. Have you ever had the chance to meet anybody like Sam Smith or anybody else that inspires you?
Oh, absolutely. Like I've been fortunate enough to, like, my two ultimate inspirations and artists that I look up to is Sam, and I've had the privilege to meet Sam, and Pink as well. So you can probably, I don't know whether you can really see. Oh, I went to the right side, but that in that that's actually a photo of her and I that I got put onto a T-shirt with her signature on it.
Wow, I love that photo. So close. That's about as close as you can get to a star.
Well, that's exactly right, and it was a surprise, I think, for everyone, including myself, obviously.
So how
Belinda.
did you get to meet? Yeah, I was just going to ask, how did you get to these opportunities to meet Sam and Pink?
So Sam, I just happened to be in the right place at the right time. It was after one of his shows when they were out here a couple of years ago. I was leaving the venue, and their tour bus was actually leaving the venue at the same time, and they'd actually stopped to, you know, interact with fans. So that's how that really came about. And you know, I hate to admit it, but the reason behind the Pink meeting was long hours waiting outside, a Sharpie and a poster, and pretty much expressing my undying love for her.
That's
Now,
incredible.
Dylan, you've been involved in songwriting. What do you
Yeah.
think the secret is to writing a good song, a catchy song?
You know, I get asked that quite a lot, and you know, the answer always changes. But for me personally, you know, it's one thing to have these big over the top productions with the flashy sounds, like your cool drums and synths and everything like that. But I think the key to writing a really great song is letting the melody and lyric tell the story. Because at the end of the day, I think that's what people want to hear. They want to be able to hear the lyric and the meaning and the sentiment behind it. You know, you can have all those. You can you know, cover up a song with so many cool sounds, but it's the lyric and the melody that people listen to the most, and what they connect with.
Belinda.
Definitely. Yes, I was going to ask you what, speaking of songs, what's your favorite 2 songs at the moment?
Oh God, that's 2. Okay.
I'm
I'm
hitting
loving...
the hard questions today.
Yeah, you are. But it's good. It gets me thinking. It makes me think on my toes a little bit. At the moment, I'm loving. I don't even have my Spotify up in front of me, so I can't even.
Tough
Ooh.
question.
Yeah,
Tough
we might have
question.
to come back. We might have to come back to that
Come
one or
back
something.
to
Because
that.
I don't even know.
Did I just see Bruce appear just then like a
You
ghost?
did.
Bruce?
It was
Yeah,
an
that
it
you
was
creeping
like
in?
he was there and it's born in the flash.
I was about to say, make it a bit easier for him. Top 2 songs of all time.
Ah, yes.
Top 2 songs of all time. Far out. Even that doesn't even make it any better for me. Well, you know, I'll take you know, like let's talk, you know, Sam and you know, Pink, for instance. I'll go that route. So if I was to say, you know, my favorite song from Pink would be Who Knew. When it comes to Sam Smith, I'll say that changes on a daily basis. It depends how I feel on the day. But it's like what I said to my audience online the other night. I never get tired of singing or performing Lay Me Down.
Beautiful.
I love his song Latch with Disclosure.
Cracker of the song.
Absolute banger.
Yeah,
Great
absolutely.
song.
Are you a fan of the Disclosure version, or do you like the stripped back version?
Oh, I heard the Disclosure version first, and I loved clubs back then, so that's what I like.
Oh, we're all guilty of a good club smash.
We are indeed.
Dylan, you're
Yeah.
still very young. What advice do you have for your other young budding singers? What can they do to get their name and their music out there?
I would say be true to yourself, be your true, authentic self. Never give up on your dream, and don't be afraid of the word no, because at the end of the day, that word no will eventually lead you to that success that you're aspiring for.
Dylan Wright, it's been an absolute joy, an absolute pleasure, and an absolute honour to have you here at home on In View TV. Thanks for joining us, and you're welcome anytime. Love to have you back on the future show. Thank you.
Thank you so much, guys, and lovely to meet both of you, Will and Belinda.
Nice
Been a
to meet
pleasure.
you too.
Been a joy. Lovely to meet you. Belinda, it's that
Wow.
time.
I
End of the
know.
show. Bye. Have you been? I hope our viewers have enjoyed it as much as we have. Did you enjoy it though?
Oh, most definitely. I enjoyed it. I can't wait till next week.
It's going to be exciting. I can't wait to find out who our guests are. And of course, we must remind people that we have a very important competition next week. Can't talk about it right now, but do watch next Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at home on InView TV with me, Belinda Joe, and of course, our boss, Bruce Mott. Bruce Mott, I wasn't going to bring you in, but do you want to say goodbye to everybody? He's at Studio 88. I think he's
There he is.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, it caught me off guard.
I
Ready to press these
surprised
buttons, and I had to press another one.
Love it when you pop up, Bruce.
Matthew's had to go unfortunately, but Dylan's still there, so we'll bring him back in and we'll close out the show.
Before you close the show, I just wanted to say thank you, Bruce. You've organised the guests, you've helped put this together, and at Studio 88 in North Sydney, you've put so much work into this show, as does Belinda, as does everybody on InView TV. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget to join us next week, 7 p.m, Wednesday Eastern Standard Time, on OVO, on Facebook, on YouTube. We're here. We can't wait to have your company and to play us out. Here's Catch Your Music. Take care. Bye-bye. See you next week.
It's all about beauty. It's all about passion. It's all about change. It's all inclusive every day of the week. When the world comes together, united as one, sharing stories through the eyes of InView TV. Through the eyes of InView TV.
Bye.